With over 3 million visitors per year, tourism in Jamaica is big business. And one of the region's most successful tourism companies is Sandals Resorts International. The Sandals Foundation is now partnering with local fishing communities to help manage fish sanctuaries on both the north and south coasts of Jamaica.
We want to play our part as a private sector getting involved because we sit in a unique position in that we have boats, we have facilities that we can try and make an impact not only to our own fish sanctuaries, but to others. So with bringing the local fishermen on board and with working alongside the government, we feel that together, because local fishermen as well as the private sector are involved, we can make a bigger difference. And it's not just going to be a matter of having paper parks in Jamaica, which we don't want. We need it. It's a significant thing that's making a huge difference to fishermen here.
The chief executive of Sandals, who recently established the foundation, is increasingly concerned about the threat of climate change and has chosen a business approach to develop and support sustainable livelihoods in vulnerable communities.
What our foundation tries to do is to get into those communities and to give them some kind of economic stimulus that will make them insulated and have a protective shield around them that can take them into the future. And if you can get the education and how it pertains to them, whether it's the sanctuaries, the marine sanctuaries, or the farmlands, and give them an opportunity to run their own microeconomies in their community, then and that happens a number of ways.
By partnering with regional organizations, scientists, governments and communities, and by actively supporting the livelihoods of fishermen and farmers by providing healthcare and education to children, a model is being developed to show how tourism can help to strengthen the resilience of Caribbean communities.
Tourists coming to the Caribbean want to make a difference, and we basically feel that we're here to give them that opportunity. They want to invest in social programs, they want to invest in the environment, they want to know more about ways they can do that. And because we have decided that we're taking our philanthropic work a step further, we're giving them that opportunity.
In Antigua and Barbuda, the Curtain Bluff Resort has a mutually beneficial partnership with the nearby community, the Old Road Village, a relationship it has nurtured and maintained for nearly 30 years.
We've fully educated about 40 kids in university, and every summer we send six boys and girls to camp. We have a little tennis facility here, a very good tennis facility, but we bring in the kids from the village. We teach them tennis from a young age, boys and girls, and those with desire and aptitude and do well in school, that's part of the deal. We send them to camp up in Maine, where they get some exposure, and then it's just something that is a nice thing to do. And our guests also give into this fun too.
The relationship between Curtain Bluff and Old Road, while conceived long before climate change was a concern, is the kind of partnership that is increasingly required in an age of mounting economic and climatic uncertainty. It is a model of a more caring and enlightened form of tourism that serves everyone and helps keep the Caribbean as a quality destination. Maintaining the Caribbean as a premium destination is not only desirable, it is an economic necessity. Climate policies in tourism source countries such as the United States, Canada, United Kingdom and Europe will also have an effect on the Caribbean. A new increase in the aviation passenger duty is now making traveling to the Caribbean a much more expensive proposition for UK travelers, who account for a large proportion of visitors to the Eastern Caribbean.
Because the cost increase is so significant, it will have a devastating impact on those travelers who are coming on a budget, those that are coming through the packages and so on. There's no doubt that it will force the potential tourists to look at other destinations that are more affordable. As it is, we are competing in a very intense environment.
To maintain its competitive advantage, the Caribbean must not only remain a quality destination with friendly communities and healthy environments, it must also reduce its operating costs. One way of achieving these goals is by using renewable resources. One of the main costs for tourism is energy. The CARICOM region imports over $30 billion of fuel per year, and yet it is a region rich in renewable sources of energy: solar, wind, and geothermal. Some hotels, such as the Bougainville Beach Resort, are now using smart technologies, such as the Energy Eye, which can decrease energy consumption by 20%.
Guests come into the room, they leave the system on, they go to the beach. And all that while the AC is running and power is being consumed. So the Energy Eye eliminates that. It only works when there are persons in the room. And if you choose to open your door, which will make the AC work hard, it cuts the system off totally.
These technologies are not just helping hotels reduce their energy bills, they are reducing the carbon footprint of their operations and contributing to the global efforts to reduce emissions.
I actually have a dream. This is not government policy. This is Richard Seeley's dream that maybe one day we could become an island that generates all of its electricity through renewables, a combination of wind and solar farms and the like. It is possible. It may mean going offshore, but I think it would be not only good for the environment, but it would be good from a tourism point of view as well.
The dream of carbon neutrality is now a strategy being explored by scientists, engineers, and policymakers for several destinations in the Caribbean. The Caribbean Community Climate Change Center, together with the Caribsave Partnership, are working with governments, communities, and the private sector to reduce vulnerability and increase resilience by developing practical strategies for tourism. This integrated and international approach is critical to address the challenges facing the region's most important industry. The actions required to adapt to climate change are often also opportunities to solve existing problems, to get more involved in supporting local communities and improving the environment, while meeting the demand for greener tourism. The importance of good science in this process is critical, as is the need for new partnerships between governments, communities, and businesses. A new era of engagement, led by necessity and market forces, has arrived.